watch an
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Let's get into this video. We all heard of this young man who was 17 years old, Kendrick Johnson. He passed away 13 years ago in his high school. He was found rolled up in a school mat. They were trying to say that he must have been trying to climb in the mat and he suffocated. We all know that story is ridiculous. And this is a video I'm going to show you where he was last seen in school. He's in the white shirt, and of course, all the other kids that surround him. And his family deserve justice. They still have not got justice for their son after all these years. And yeah, they're trying to say that his death was accidental, like he basically died by accident because he suffocated. So just take a look at this video and we're going to go over it. This is the last day Kendrick Johnson was seen in school on this video. And the young man, it's two young men in here that they possibly kind of think that has something to do with Kendrick's death. Maybe, people are, kind of, we're not sure, but it's been going around that this young man named Brandon, his brother, kind of has something to do with this. And their father is an FBI agent. Okay, so take a look.
unknown student reached down and retrieved something from his shoe and passed it to Brian Bell. Brian Bell retrieves the item, walks away, circles back, and pushes Kendrick Johnson. Then Brian meets up with someone in the back of the lunchroom. Who? Now, family, let's watch this one more time, but slower. Can anyone identify the two girls standing with the boy that's handing something to Brian?
Cooperated with investigators, only two, according to the case file, refused to talk to police. The two were former Lowndes High School wrestler and now 18-year-old Brandon Bell and his younger brother, a classmate of KJ's. According to a 500-plus page case file, their father is FBI agent Rick Bell, who referred investigators to his son's attorney, and he advised them not to talk to police. Those interviews may have been relevant as students told investigators Johnson and the younger Bell boy, both varsity football players, had a fight on a school bus on the way to a game the year before, suggesting a simmering feud. Still, police reached out to Agent Bell a second time about talking to his sons. His attorney stated after consulting with the father of Brandon Bell and his brother, he had advised them not to make a statement, and therefore the pair would not be meeting with investigators. Meanwhile, a closer look at the attendance records of the younger Bell boy on the day of KJ's disappearance shows he was not tardy or absent. As for the older brother, Brandon Bell, student records show that he and other wrestling team members were excused from 3rd and 4th block classes in order to attend a wrestling tournament 2 hours away in Macon, Georgia. While it's unclear when exactly the team left campus, the court-ordered release of surveillance video shows Brandon numerous times the day KJ went missing. Here, footage shows that after at least 2 class periods have elapsed, Bell is crisscrossing the hallway in front of the old gym, in the vicinity where Kendrick Johnson's body would be found the following morning. As far as the video here of KJ at lunch, we have confirmed that at least one wrestling team member who was going to that tournament is in the lunch line just ahead of KJ.
Watch an unknown student reach down and retrieve something.
$1 billion lawsuit against judges and authorities, accusing them of covering up the 2013 death of their son. Family, we know what it is. We already know what it is. This lawsuit was filed in March of 2026, and it claims that the judges in the case were part of a conspiracy to fabricate reports and dismiss the evidence pointing to murder rather than an accidental death as initially ruled. Now, family, this case is a case of murder as great as any case you've ever seen. Look at this, fam. This is how they found Kendrick's body, inside of a rolled up map just lying on the floor. And they said he suffocated. He climbed inside of that. In some kind of way, he suffocated. He got his shoes off. Now, his shoes are off his feet. He climbed in there, they say, to get his shoes. He climbed inside of the mat to get his shoes. They said the mat was vertical. But all of the mats inside of the gym was like lying on the floor. I want to show y'all some news footage right quick. I want you to check this out. These uncivilized mutts are at it again.
Well, Anderson, the Johnsons were hoping that this video would give them some answers. There was even a hashtag on Twitter, "Give us the tapes." But it appears that this video is only providing more questions and very few answers. We've got a couple of clips from these hours of video we've watched. Let's look at the first one. And it shows Kendrick walking in from the right side of your screen there. He's behind another student. And as soon as he runs out, you see that student disappears and a couple of other students appear. It's from one image to the next with no explanation of how those students got to that position or where the student at that red shirt went. Now, we blurred their faces because they're minors in this video and the next. Let's go to the next one. You can see Kendrick at the bottom right of the screen. He's walking at first, and then he runs out of the frame. And just like the first video, other students just appear. No explanation of how they got to that point. You don't see them walk in. We've not edited these videos to just kind of put one image next to the other. This is how we receive them from the sheriff's office today.
So the video seems to be jumping around. You're saying those aren't edits? Is that, I mean, I assume it's a motion sensor camera. Is that the way it's supposed to work, that it may take a few seconds for an image to register?
That was our first question. When we see the images, especially of Kendrick with all these hours of video, it's like, well, what happened at the end of this and how did these students appear? Was this video edited? So we reached out to both the school that owns the cameras that recorded it and then the sheriff's office, which had a copy of it, which supplied it to us. I want
to say it definitely looks like that those photos are edited, because just look at it. It's a cover-up, and it's a shame 13 years later the family has gotten no justice for this. They just filed this $10 billion case lawsuit. They just filed a big lawsuit, but this is just sad. It's a big cover-up.
I'm going to read you the statements. First, from the school district, an attorney for Lowndes County Schools says simply, what we produce to the sheriff is a raw feed with no edit.
What's up, family? The parents of Kendrick Johnson.
A Valdosta teenager found in an upright gym mat at school. 2 young men at the focus of the Kendrick Johnson controversy have declined to talk to investigators, a grand jury, and an on-camera interview until now. Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Winnie live outside FBI headquarters in DeKalb County with these exclusive interviews. Mark?
And at last check, this case remained a focus of federal investigation. But we are outside the FBI's Atlanta field office because that is where we're told Agent Rick Bell was assigned, and both his sons are the subject of target letters from a federal prosecutor. And now we hear from them at last.
I'm going to ask my photographer to push in tight on your face.
Okay.
Our viewers can read your expression. Did you have anything to do with the death of Kendrick Johnson?
No. He was like one of my good friends.
Even at the time of his death?
Even at the time of his death.
You know, every word we broadcast of this is going to be scrutinized by the blogosphere, the Twitter sphere, and so on.
Yes, sir. It should be. And I want everybody to know the truth. And I mean, they can ridicule me and they can say whatever they want, but in the end, the truth will prevail. And everybody will find that me and my brother have been innocent and always will be innocent.
We've just heard what family attorneys acknowledge sheriff's deputies, the GBI, and a federal grand jury have not heard. Brothers Brian and Brandon Bell answering questions, no holds barred, about the mysterious death of Kendrick Johnson in 2013.
He was the laughter of our house. He was the joy of our house, and he gives us strength to keep fighting.
The Lowndes County Sheriff says after a thorough investigation, his office agrees with the state medical examiner that Johnson's death was an accident due to positional asphyxia, that he wedged himself in a rolled-up gym mat trying to reach a shoe and could not get out. But Kendrick Johnson's mom takes issue with that.
Are you more convinced today than ever that KJ was the victim of foul play?
Yes.
And with some of what the Bells say.
No, they weren't friends.
And in a lawsuit, Johnson's parents allege a group, including the Bell brothers, sons of an FBI agent, violently assaulted their son, leading to his death.
None of the allegations that were made were without research.
But both Bells maintain they have rock-solid alibis.
Did you see Kendrick Johnson?
No, sir, not at any point during that day.
Where were you?
I was in class. First block, second block, third block, and fourth block.
Close to the gym?
No.
Did you see Kendrick that day?
No. I did not.
The suit suggests the brothers sought revenge for a brief fight between Brian and Kendrick on a team bus.
A year before, I mean,
what was
we're
that
still
about,
friends.
anyway?
So I can't even remember. I mean, it was so small to us, like it was ridiculous.
Your brother had a football scholarship offered to FSU.
Yes, sir, he did.
They pulled it back.
On signing day.
So how low did you get?
To the lowest you can go.
Letters from the Macon U.S. Attorney's Office suggest both Bells are targets of grand jury investigation. The letters suggest possible civil rights violations.
My objective is to only get justice for my son.
Have you prayed for the Johnsons?
Yes, sir. I have. I hope that they found justice, and I hope that they do find out the truth about their son.
I pray for the truth to come out about what happened to my son.
Now, there's lots more. These interviews were extensive. No lawyers present, no parents present. We plan to have a lot of all new excerpts coming up on Channel 2 Action News at 6, including both Bell brothers talking about federal search warrants executed at their residences in recent weeks and what searchers may have been after. For now, I'm live outside FBI Atlanta headquarters in DeKalb County. Mark Winnie, Channel 2 Action News.
From these interviews that you obtained, Mark, to some of the details in the case, so much in here is unusual, to say the least. And right now on our Facebook page, we've posted a link to Mark's story. Click on it to get interviews with these brothers, their mother, and the mother of Kendrick Johnson. With an investigation into the death of a Valdosta High School student found rolled up in a gym mat. And their mother says they have not spoken to prosecutors, police, or the grand jury. But now they've talked to Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Winnie. Mark live in DeKalb County with excerpts from those interviews that are new since 5. Mark.
That's right. We are live outside the Atlanta field office of the FBI. We are told that is where the father of Brian and Brandon Bell was assigned, though he worked out of Valdosta. But it was another federal agency that apparently showed up at his son's residences recently.
This is where they knocked the morning of around 5 a.m. You can see the scuff marks from the shoes as the U.S. Marshals knocked.
I was laying in bed. I got a bang on my door.
Tactical gear?
Yes, sir, to the nth degree.
They were just like, it's about the Kendrick Johnson case, the ongoing Kendrick Johnson investigation.
Brandon Bell says what he and brother Brian Bell woke up to in 2 different rental places July 21st was worse than a bad dream. Deputy U.S. Marshal serving search warrants in connection with the mysterious death of Kendrick Johnson at Lowndes High School in 2013.
I was just really shocked.
I broke down and cried.
I really had no reason in my head why they would be here.
It just keeps on getting worse.
One might imagine Kendrick Johnson's mom feels like she's in a nightmare that won't end.
Kendrick gives me strength. You know, he was our baby. He was my son.
The Lowndes County Sheriff says after a thorough investigation, his office agrees with the state medical examiner that Johnson's death was an accident due to positional asphyxia, that he wedged himself in a rolled-up gym mat trying to reach a shoe and could not get out.
I would imagine practically every one of your viewers sat scratching their head.
And a lawsuit by Johnson's parents alleges a group including the Bell brothers, sons of an FBI agent, violently assaulted their son, leading to his death.
My only angle is to find justice for my son.
But the Bell civil attorneys, Patrick O'Connor and Bryce Ladson, say the July 21st search warrants sought text messages, emails, and the like relevant to alleged witness tampering and obstruction of justice.
Is it possible you were involved in any witness tampering or obstruction?
No, sir. In no possible way whatsoever.
Have you obstructed justice in any way?
No.
Have you tampered with any witnesses, tried to influence anybody, tried to stop somebody from talking in the Kendrick Johnson investigation?
No.
Where our viewers can look in your eyes, did you have anything to do with the death of Kendrick Johnson?
No, sir. Nor me or my family had anything to do with his death.
Both Bells maintain they have rock-solid alibis.
Where were you?
I was in class.
Videos, pictures, and theories abound online about what happened, some involving school surveillance video. We talked to Brandon Bell about his appearance.
I was changing clothes before I had to leave for the wrestling tournament that we were going to. And I went in there to check my weight the first time. I changed, and then the shirt that was assumed to have blood on it, that they had circled and said blood, it actually said RLX. It's a type of polo.
How's it feel to get your side out?
Great. Because I finally, we've just been sitting here. Not just letting everybody else talk. You know, it's our time to talk.
Now, a March 2013 document in the file suggests an attorney told the sheriff's office that after consulting with the father of Brian and Brandon Bell, he advised them not to make a statement. We are posting extensive raw video at WSBTV.com, and tomorrow on Channel 2 Action News at 5, video identified as a raid on the home of FBI agent Rick Bell, and what his wife has to say about whether the level of force on display was appropriate under the circumstances. Remember, that's tomorrow on Channel 2 Action News at 5. Reporting live outside FBI headquarters in DeKalb County, Mark Winnie.
Now, guys, this Jackie Johnson at the bottom right here, this is Kendrick Johnson's mom. And this is the photos that she put out. Now, when they did the first autopsy on him, they were saying like, oh yeah, it's accidental. The parents had another autopsy did on him, a second one. And the second autopsy, the person says that he has like a blow to his neck. And basically, this is not no accidental death. They're trying to say it's accidental. Does this look accidental? Not only he had a blow to his neck, look at his body. Look how his body look, y'all. Somebody beat this boy. Somebody really harmed this boy. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Does that look like it's accidental? Look at his body. Yeah. It's a big cover-up. The high school didn't want, it to get around that they had some kids in their school that were murderers. They wanted to, make their school look good. And Kendrick's on top of that, the young men that everyone kind of thinks that has something to do with it, their father is an FBI agent. This is a crying shame, guys. This is so sad. So sad. But yes, guys, what do y'all think? Leave your comments down below. Justice will be served eventually for this young man 13 years later, and they are still trying to say that this was accidental, that Kendrick climbed in the mats at the school. He tried to get his shoes, and the mat folded up on him, and he suffocated. Does this look like this was accidental? This is his body afterwards. Yeah, guys. What are your thoughts? Rest in peace to Kendrick. Hopefully his family gets justice, and they did do this billion. It's a $1 billion lawsuit, and I hope they get every dime. Yes. Okay, guys. Take care until next time.